What is going on, everybody? We're back on it. One Piece episode 325. I've been instructed to take a pretty big pretty big chunk skip after this one. I think we're skipping like 12 episodes after this. I'm very curious to see what the next arc is going to be. We've left off. We're essentially going to be leaving off with, you know, getting introduced to Luffy's grandfather, his father. Every single Straw Hat now has a bounty in their face and name, and essentially everything is known worldwide. So what's next? I don't know if we're going to be having any new members anytime soon, so I don't know if we're going to be doing the whole, like, new island, run into somebody, hey, join us. They're reluctant to join us. We get a crazy dramatic backstory, and then in the end they decide to join us, which seems to be the recipe. Or is there a friend we come across that we decide to help? I'm very curious to see what's next. I'm very curious also in the Navy and the Marine background, because they've, from what I've seen on screen, I do not take them serious. We'll see what they decide to do. I feel like there's so many things they could have done up to this point, but maybe it's because they've never been tested. They've never really felt threatened, so they don't take shit serious, but I don't know. We'll kind of see what happens. We're already starting off with Blackbeard on screen here. I'm guessing he's got the newspaper about what the Straw Hats just did. Haven't seen him since we left for Skypiea. Wasn't even on the return, so it's been a long time since we've ran into him. Now, speaking of, you know, running into Luffy's grandfather, running into Luffy's father, or not running into his father, but getting the identity, we had the Shanks and Whitebeard interaction. Shanks essentially talking about this man. The way I interpret it, Blackbeard has fought both of them. Now, I don't know if he defeated both of them, ran away, they just decided to stop, but the way I interpreted that, Shanks said that Blackbeard has left physical scars on both of him and Whitebeard, no? And he was essentially saying, you know, I need you to not send Ace out there. Like, Ace is strong. He's probably in one of the top percentiles, but this is something that he, like, I don't think he's ready for. So is that about to happen? I have no idea. And again, I don't know how, is Shanks just as close to Ace as he is Luffy? Was Ace already gone on his Whitebeard adventures before Shanks caught up with Luffy? I don't know. There's a lot of moving parts. We're going to be taking a big skip after this as far as episodes go. So I think we go to 337. We're slowly approaching 350. Which to me seems like a lot, but we're so far away. But let's see what we got. Let's catch up with Blackbeard here. I don't like this guy. Creeps me out. They're talking about walking up on us? Why is that? Why does he want to run into us? What does he want? You want our bounties? Just want to catch up? Oh, fuck. Ace is right there, solo with his whole crew. And Ace is not given any backup in these situations? Like, he's just out here. Oh my god. Bonaro Island? Let me not look at the title. You know how that goes. I don't even want to hear it because Luffy, I'll hear names and shit, so let me just take that off and close my eyes. Usually I skip through these, but I was scrolling through a little bit and I hadn't seen it pass up. So I was like, well, I guess I'll start right after the intro and see if we get it. Yikes. What happened, man? I don't think he can take all them. I don't know anybody's power levels here on screen, to be honest with you. Don't see much of a Blackbeard going on. Whose voice is that? That's Torkel's voice actor from Vinland Saga. Aha. Aha. It's such a distinct voice, too. This is making me nervous. This is making me nervous. I mean... Okay, now you fucked up. Tell him that's your brother. Tell him that's your brother. Good. He is fire. Incarnate. He fired, by the way. That had nothing to do with me. He shot. He shot, by the way. Thing is, I don't know power levels here. Like, is Blackbeard's crew really that strong in their own individual rights? I don't know. Blackbeard does seem to be a problem the way Shanks was talking about him, so I'm not gonna take it. I'm not gonna underestimate Blackbeard himself. But I'm also not going to overestimate. I'm not going to overestimate anything Ace is doing here either. It's cool to see some of his abilities, though. It was cool to see like the fire guns and all that. But just because he's over here burning Blackbeard or shit, I'm not going to take it as like, oh wow, Ace is like one of the top 5 strongest people in the universe. No, I'm not. I don't want to overestimate him, but I'm not going to underestimate Blackbeard either. Now, Blackbeard's crew might be complete fodder, 100%. But holy shit, did he just like call the flames to him? What was that? That's pretty dope. Some pretty dope screenshots, I'm not gonna lie. It's the Enru effect all over again. When he is lightning incarnate itself, it can make for some dope transitions and animations and what he's able to do. So same thing with here. Him being the embodiment of fire is pretty dope. I didn't know he'd be untargetable like that though. Like if you catch him off guard, is he still untargetable? Or does he have to like know he's about to get shot? Like with Smoker, if I shoot him and he's not paying attention, is it just gonna go through him because he is smoke? Or does he have to like activate something? I don't know. I don't know how effortless it is. There's no way we're just starting an episode like this. Why did you kill him? Ah, he had a devil's fruit that he wanted. A devil's fruit book. Ooh. What is it? Was to find the devil's fruit. What was it? What is that fruit? What is the ability? Are we gonna see it? What the fuck am I looking at? Sand? Just black mist? What is that? Darkness? What do you do with that? I don't even know where my mind can go with what that's capable of doing. What does that mean? What? I don't know what that... Yeah, like, what? Most evil power in Devil's Fruit history. The dark, dark fruit. What is it, like nightmares or like what? I don't know. I'm trying to rack my brain. Like, what does that mean? Are they running away from it? Yeah, they are. What does darkness even do? Like, is it gonna make him lose his mind or like what? I don't understand. I guess we're about to find out. What the hell is that? Did he just summon the moon? That is a wild effect, Ace. I don't know if you want to let that shit touch you, to be honest. You being fire or not, we don't know what that shit really does. The animation is wild because we've never really seen anything animated like this in One Piece up to this point. Even everything they've given, like Enru and Smoker and Ace. It's just a different animation type. I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and say, oh, darkness, that seems weak, not weak, but I don't know. What does that mean? Is it like a particle style? Everything it touches just... Darkness is gravity? Darkness is gravity. That's an interesting... Is that what the play of it's gonna be? Gravity? Here's the thing, though. That took a long-ass time to charge up. If I'm on, like, an Enru level, I'm blitzing your ass and taking your head off before, like, that even gets a chance to engulf an entire... Like, I'm not gonna sit here and let you charge up a Spirit Bomb for 15 episodes when I have the ability to move as... I'm, like, as fast as lightning type thing. So maybe that doesn't fall into Ace's category, but if I have the ability... I'm not just letting that happen. So their explanation is darkness is gravity. Looks like he's playing on a lot of like science-based things with this darkness. Because if we're using gravity like for the explanation of his, like a push and a pull or a black hole that sucks everything in. I'm curious if I would have used darkness as the Devil's Fruit explanation for that, and not just like a black hole fruit or a gravity fruit. I think the ability's dope. I don't know if I like the explanation of like the title of darkness as it, you know? He just almighty pushed that shit in reverse. Why didn't it take Ace in? Did he purposely not target him or what? That took so long to charge up. Does he spit it back out? He does spit it back out. Interesting. It's an interesting ability. It's dope animated. I don't know if I would agree with it's the best or strongest one I've seen on paper to this point. Even though he says it's the most broken, or it's the strongest of the Logia type. Maybe I don't understand its full capability, but give me fire, give me lightning, give me ice, to be honest. I'm not impressed. Okay, what is this shit? The thing is, I just don't think Blackbeard's taking any of this serious. Like, this doesn't seem like a serious thing. Yeah, how's he still getting hit right now? Oh, it took it away. Why is he still, but the fact that he's even able to sustain that damage for that little bit of time, like, that shit adds up after a while, no? I was about to say, so he does take the damage, though. How long can that be sustainable for? Oh, no. Oh. He is Nagato. He's straight up pain. I'm gonna need my hat back. Oh. How's he able to physically touch him, though? Did it just turn off his Devil's Fruit? Because shouldn't he be fire right now? See, that's what I'm saying. Like, how do you... What constitutes as, like, being able to touch and not being able to touch? So is that something specific to Blackbeard's power that he was able to actually physically grab him there? Or what? What was that about? I'm assuming that's what it is. Something to do with his ability that turned that off. Yeah. Yeah, when's the last time we've actually been touched? Devil's Fruit abilities? Ah. So he's got like damn near Sea Prism Stone in his damn fingertips. I'll agree with him in that statement. Devil's Fruit users are very overconfident in their abilities. But if you're too fast, like, how do you touch me? Like, if I'm Enru right there, I'm blinking on his ass. Like, good luck. So he didn't fully touch him there. Just the Vortex ability is already zapped the Devil's Fruit out of him. I thought he was actually going to have to physically touch. In turn, I've taken the Devil's Fruit. Looks like that Vortex ability alone takes the Devil's Fruit out. Interesting, interesting, interesting indeed. Again, pretty, like, definitely one of the stronger abilities we've seen. But it's not striking me as the way he built it up to be, in my opinion. Maybe I'm underestimating. I was about to say, you've got to get to a point of, like, you can't just rely on your Devil's Fruit abilities. You've got to have a baseline of some kind of skill. I just noticed he had the log pose on his wrist. But I do agree with Blackbeard's statement that, like, these Devil's Fruit users are getting way too confident in their abilities and probably don't spend time even doing any basic hand-to-hand training or any type of combat skills. because they're just that confident. But here's the thing, though. Is he just turning it off in the moments that he says Vortex, like the actual ability? Because he's still using his fire. I think it's only in that Vortex moment, and it doesn't even require physical contact. But that's interesting, though, because he Vortexed him in, and then he hit him with those, like, those lances, but then he was still able to physically hit him. So he's still able to use it, but him himself is not, like, Logia or what? I don't know. I don't know. Firewall. Holy shit. Endeavor over here. Or maybe this is Endeavor. This is who Endeavor wishes he was. I don't know. Why are you so loyal to Whitebeard? I'd love to see that backstory. Surely this is going to end right here. Could you imagine not skipping the 12 episodes and waiting 12 episodes of filler to get back to this? You're on crack. You're actually on crack. Oh yeah, it's over. They ain't giving me more than that. Find out. Imagine this is airing live. Find out next time on One Piece. That's a dope shot. And the shit doesn't come back for 3 months because you're only getting 1 episode a week. Because they gave you 3 months worth of filler. Yeah, you're on crack with that one. The trigger for a massive incident that is... Oh, wow. So, I mean... If you're telling me that... Hold on, let's get to a good... I can't think what was... I mean, the ability reveal is probably the best one for sure. I'm gonna see if I can get to it. Where do we start that at here? Kind of like that shot. I feel like there's a closer one up. Look, it's rare for even a Logia type. I want to see what he said here again. Interesting. I like the way they animate it with kind of like that static around it. Maybe that will be the best shot then. I think that was the best one with Ace in the foreground. Ah, was it though? Either this one here at 12:04, or there were some pretty decent shots of like them running the 1v1s. Hold on, I'm trying to see if we can scroll through here and find it. And the thing is, I feel like we're gonna need to really try to dissect this man's abilities here, because I have a feeling that this is not gonna be the only time we see this man facing off. Interesting. Damn. Just going through all this again here. I do like the Whitebeard is king line, but I think just for what Blackbeard's been built up to be, the ability, yeah, I think we go with that shot. Alright, so let's, so I'm thinking from a... So let's remove the Ace fanboy out of it, because I do enjoy Ace as a character, even though he's been on screen for what, before this episode, less than like 10, maybe less than 5. His name's been mentioned here and there. Let's think from a typical shonen anime standpoint, which it's unfortunate that I mean, that's just how shonen are today. All of them have their twists and turns. You know, there might be some like, holy shit abilities, and like, wow, I can't believe he did that, or oh, he was this all along, or he had that inside of him, but they typically follow a formula. This isn't just shonen. This is comic book movies, superhero, any type of movies, really, or shows. They already built up Blackbeard to be something, to be a threat to two of what, at least at this point in the story, two of the strongest pirates, which would probably make them two of the strongest characters in the entire One Piece universe right now. Whitebeard, Shanks. Well, at least Shanks has, but Whitebeard, I think, would acknowledge it as well. Have already stated that Blackbeard's an issue, a problem. So you're not just going to kill him here with none of our main characters involved, number one, and without Shanks or Whitebeard being involved. So that end line at the end of the episode where he says, the narrator says, you know, this is a major event that triggers, or I don't remember what he said specifically, but the result of this battle triggers, you know, a multitude of events after this. So if me as a reader and as someone that watches a lot of shonen, a lot of comic book type stuff, if I already know that Blackbeard's going to be a threat, he doesn't die here. Blackbeard does not die here. So if you're telling me it's the result of this is a major event that triggers subsequent events, that to me thinks that Ace dies here. Which kind of sucks because I feel like him being like an important character to Luffy and Whitebeard, which Whitebeard currently right now seems to be the strongest pirate alive, or at least the crew. You're telling me the strongest pirate alive, his second in command, just gets killed off in one episode? Which kind of sucks because, like I said, I'm an Ace fan. If I had to list off characters, he's probably my top 10 favorite characters, but it's not going to hit as hard as me to a viewer because Ace just hasn't been on screen. Like, no bullshit. Has he been on screen for longer than 5 episodes? I'm not talking him getting his name dropped a couple episodes ago. I'm saying him actually on screen interacting with other characters in the universe. I think it's 5 or less. I think when we were in Alabasta, it wasn't much. It wasn't much. And the thing is, One Piece isn't doing. If somebody is to die here, it's Ace. It's not Blackbeard. I put my life's fortune on it. Blackbeard doesn't die here. He's got a way bigger character arc, story, plot points, in my opinion. But then I also want to say I don't think Ace dies simply because I feel like as an important character as he's been introduced to be, Luffy's brother, essentially, you know, Garp is his grandfather, we've seen his father, he's the second in command of the strongest pirate in the world right now. I feel like to just take him out of the story, kill him, we haven't gotten enough of Ace to feel anything yet. And you could say, well, once that news gets to Luffy and maybe Garp and maybe his father, and we see their reactions to it, it could hit us a little bit harder. But then once again, Garp's been on screen for 3 episodes and we've never seen him and Ace interact, so why would Garp showing up sadness and emotion to Ace make me feel anything as a viewer? Same thing with his father. If he showed any emotion, I don't know. I've seen his father speak twice. So again, it shows no emotion to me. And same thing with Luffy. Luffy shows little to no emotion when it's not like friends involved or doing like what's right. I've seen no Luffy and Ace interaction, but maybe tops 20 minutes spread across multiple episodes. So to see a sad, broken down Luffy and he's like, oh, I'm gonna get revenge for him. Like, I get why he wants it, but it's not gonna hit hard because you haven't built up the character of Ace to be anything, you know? So do I think Ace can die here? Sure. Do I think it's likely? I want to say no because I don't see One Piece taking that. One, because One Piece doesn't kill off characters, but I'm sure characters will die at some point. I don't think anybody in the crew is going to die. No Luffy, Zoro, Sanji, Nami, Frankie, Usopp, Chopper, Nami, Robin. I don't think any of them are ever going to die. But I could see others dying for sure. Like, I could see Shanks dying, Ace dying, Whitebeard, Blackbeard at some point, Okaji. I could see a lot of people. Garp, his father. But I feel like of those characters I just list, you know, his father, his brother, others, friend Kobe, yeah, put him on the list. There hasn't been enough screen time to us as a viewer to get to really invest in these characters, and there hasn't been enough screen time of seeing our main character interact with those characters that if you did do it, it's not going to make sense for me to be invested, for me to feel what the character feels. Like spoilers, if you've seen Naruto, when Jiraiya dies, like that hits because you've spent so much time on screen with Jiraiya. Hundreds of episodes, damn near, probably. When Kakashi fake out dies, like, oh shit, I mean, Kakashi's been in what, episode 1, 2, 3? Like those hits. So I do think Ace is up for dying at some point. But if it was to happen here, it'd be like, wait, you can't let Pell die, taking a nuke to the face, but you're gonna kill off Ace? So that's just what I wanted to say with that. So that's number one. Do I think Ace can die in the story of One Piece? Yes. Do I think it would make sense for it to be right here? No. But if it did happen, I could see it being a launch-off point for Luffy to now be interested in finding Blackbeard and taking him down. Luffy being interested in maybe meeting up with Whitebeard to find out information to, you know, I could see that, you know, setting off a chain of events. But if they do it, okay. I feel like there's more time to put Ace on screen. Dope seeing Ace's abilities. But I feel like if you watch a lot of shows, anime-wise, everybody's got fire users in it, from Naruto to My Hero, etc., etc. So you've seen pretty much everything there is to see with fire, from creating arrows to swords to firewalls to making you untouchable, and those type of things. But let's talk about Blackbeard's ability, because he's going to be facing off with other characters in the story for sure, whether it's Shanks, Luffy, Whitebeard. I like the darkness animation, but I don't like how it's being explained. Like, just have him have a gravity devil's fruit and animate it someplace different. But when he's talking about like darkness and it consumes all in the black hole, I mean, he's just Nagato. Just remove all the black mist. Essentially, is what you're saying. It looks like he can pull things in and he can spit things back out. He's just got like magnet properties, positive, negative, push, pull, essentially. It's just when you kind of cloak it in the darkness, like it looks cool, but there's a disconnect between like the darkness explanation and like what it's actually doing, to me at least. Now what's also interesting is they go with the line of it has the ability to cut off other Devil's Fruit abilities. Here's the thing though. If there's only one Devil's Fruit out there per Devil's Fruit, there's only one Fire Fruit, Rubber, Darkness, whatever. And he was waiting around because he researched and he read the book and he knew this is the one he wanted. How does anybody have any information on what these Devil's Fruit do before said Devil's Fruit has been consumed? Now maybe that's because we're going to get to a point in the story where hundreds of episodes from now we do come across like a Devil's Fruit book, or there has been scientific explanation on how you can find out what these Devil's Fruits do beforehand. So maybe that's just me as a reader hasn't caught up to that point in the story. But right now at the story, at episode 325, I don't understand how he would have gained that knowledge of that specific fruit. So how are people getting information on what Devil's Fruits are able to do without them having been consumed? And since they can only be consumed by one person, how would anybody have any knowledge to share about it when you've never been able to consume it? That's a whole nother question, but regardless, he has the ability to turn off other people's Devil's Fruits with the vortex thing. So here's the follow-up to the thing to that. At the beginning, I thought he had to make physical contact with you, and it cuts it off. So I was like, okay. But then, well, maybe he did make physical contact again. Because I was trying to think of like, okay, he didn't make physical contact with Ace the second time around, but he was able to make contact with his face. But maybe that's when it turned off. He vortexed him in. He still has the use of the ability. He throws the fire spears at his ass. They hit. He's being pulled in this entire time, and then I make physical contact with you. Once my fist makes contact, your ability is turned off. That way I'm able to hit you. So maybe that's what it, maybe he does have to make physical contact to turn it off. I was a little confused there. I was like, wait, so if he just activates the vortex, it's off? Did we ever see Ace take damage without being touched? Can't remember. But yeah, okay, Blackbeard. He seems to be, he's going to be a very, very pivotal part in this story, at least for whenever the arc gets to him. I see that being a very big thing. I wouldn't be surprised if we lose Whitebeard, if we lose Ace, Shanks, whoever in this Blackbeard arc, whenever that arc is, but it's a pretty dope episode. I mean, there wasn't a single Straw Hat member in this entire episode. Just Ace, Blackbeard the entire time. Like I said again, I don't want to overestimate Ace's abilities, and I don't want to underestimate Blackbeard's abilities. It's good to see that his crewmates weren't able to really like keep up or do anything, so that was pretty dope. And we got explanation on why Blackbeard decided to kill that crewmate. Interesting. A lot of stuff. I mean, I could sit here and talk for another 10 minutes, but so next episode we will be skipping the 12 episodes, so I'll be caught up so I don't have to sit here and wait. I'm trying to put money on it right now. I'm at the casino. I'm placing a bet. When we start back, it might not even be the next episode, but essentially, does Ace die here at the end of this battle? I'm going to say no, just because I feel like it would be anticlimactic. I feel like it would hit harder. First of all, I need more Ace on screen to hit harder. But imagine if he dies in front of Luffy, in front of his grandfather, in front of his father, in front of Whitebeard, in front of Shanks. For him to just die here on some remote island to Blackbeard and get like tossed in the river or have his head sent back. That could be some shit. But I feel like it would hit a little bit harder if he died in front of his captain, his brother, or his grandfather, father. So if I had put money on it, I'm going to say no, he doesn't die. If I had to put money on which one of them dies, of course it's going to be Ace. Blackbeard's story hasn't even begun. But I feel like Ace's story really hasn't either. I want to see how he came to be in Whitebeard's command and how he rose up to second in command and where did he get his Devil's Fruit from and I want to see backstory of him and Luffy more. So we'll see. Pretty great episode though. Definitely up there as far as episodes go. We'll just leave it there. Appreciate it, everybody. Like, share, favorite, subscribe as always.